May 16th, 2023, E.B.C.G, episode 30. You already know what it is, man. I'm back with another one, man. Yeah. Comfortably uncomfortable, indeed. That's the title of this episode, and that is the theme of, basically my current state of mind. If I'm just keeping it all the way 1,000, I just feel like, who just said this? LeBron. You know, This is a LeBron quote, by the way. I should know this. This is not something I freestyle. I usually do that too. I come up with these off the dome every now and then. I might hit y'all with a gem like that. But this wasn't my gem. This was definitely a Braun gem. Comfortably uncomfortable. I just feel like, is the motto. Is the motto right now. And when you just think about all of the layers inside of that, a statement like that, and everything that it entails, man, it's definitely something that I feel like we can all implement to some point, to some, aspect of our lives. I do want to take this time to, let you all know that this episode is unofficially brought to you by Body Armor Mamba Forever Strawberry Grape Edition. You know what I'm saying? I'm loving everything about this Body Armor, Mamba Forever. This is, obviously the Kobe edition of the Body Armor drink that, Kobe got involved with, right before his unfortunate, transition. And I'm not gonna hold you, the drink is actually like really, really good. Like I'm low key like I'm drinking this shit with dinner, all type of shit, man. Go pick up that Body Armor Strawberry Grape, man. One time for Kobe. Get two. One for Gigi, one for Kobe, man. You know what I'm saying? Mamba Forever. Jordan Neely. That was, everybody at this point should be aware of this, this incident and this story. This man was on the train unhoused and acting erratically. Obviously mental illness and all of these things could have played a factor in his behavior, which resulted in, this man, Daniel Penny, 24-year-old Marine or former Marine, basically doing what he did, which was, he basically applied this chokehold. Now, so this is where we at now. Daniel Penny has officially surrendered. He has surrendered and, he turned himself in. He is currently being held and, what it's looking like is they're going to charge him with second degree manslaughter, right? So once again, obviously, this was an incident that resulted in, the loss of someone's life. So basically, currently what's going on is, Jordan Neely, God bless the dead, his family is currently basically saying, wait a minute, second degree manslaughter is not quite good enough here. At the end of the day, we lost our loved one, and, we just feel like first degree murder. So it's kind of a back and forth with the charge. They want to up the charge to first degree, And what I will say is this. I feel like we need to shift this conversation. I do. I had some time to kind of sit and, gather more information, on my last episode, this incident actually, I believe the same day I was recording, this incident took place. So, when I spoke on the incident the day of, obviously I didn't have enough information. At this point, I do feel like we do need to shift the conversation maybe just a little bit. I feel like we're hearing a lot about Daniel Penny, and rightfully so. Obviously, he is the individual who was involved, and obviously, we want to bring justice to the family of Jordan Neely. But what I'm saying is this: at the end of the day, this incident took place where? On the train, fam. On the train, in the New York City subway, to be specific. And I harken back to a couple of, what was it, just 3 weeks, a month ago. What happened to all of these conversations about, NYPD police presence on the train? They were just boasting and bragging about this. Eric Adams. I mean, listen, man. I listen, man. Much respect to Eric Adams, who is the mayor of New York City. But at the end of the day, fam, listen, we not really here for the Obama impressions and shit like, fam. We get it, fam. You got a little swag, you know what I'm saying? We get it, bro. But at the end of the day, fam, you are the mayor of New York City, fam. Less cool and more action, fam. Now you was boasting and bragging about how you was putting these goddamn police officers on the train, and I'm not gonna, we see them, we see them, we see them standing there not doing anything, and all I'm saying is this: a man was put in a goddamn chokehold and choked to death on the train. Why? Because people were in fear. Now the last time I checked, as an NYPD police officer, one of your, it's on the manifest. Your job is to protect and serve. Let's focus on that word protect for a second here. Who was protected here? Nobody. Nobody. You got citizens taking it upon themselves to implement, their form of justice, right? And realistically, like I said, now that, we've had some time to kind of, I'm not gonna lie, I do feel like watching the video again, kind of looking at basically just everybody's kind of, demeanor in the video, and, it didn't really seem like anybody was really in much danger. As a matter of fact, the irony here is the only person who looked like they was in any real danger was the individual who everybody was, claiming was dangerous, right? The man who came on the train begging for food or whatever he was saying, he said something, there was reports that at some point he shouted out he wasn't in fear of dying, or he was planning to die or something along these lines. Now listen, I can understand how that can be triggering. I really can, because realistically, fam, I'm not really sure. I mean, exiting the train was an option too. You could have really just got off of the train if you was really that much in fear. So it's kind of like a back and forth between like me being conflicted, knowing me and knowing how I would handle the situation. I'm pretty sure that I wouldn't have handled it that way. Um, yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those. But I do want to highlight the fact that the police didn't do their job. That was basically, kind of really what I wanted to highlight here, man. Where is the police presence that we were bragging about just a couple of weeks ago? This is just me. That's my take. You know, uh, Obviously they're gonna sit here and they're gonna talk about Daniel Penny, and they're gonna talk about how he was a Marine. You got the right wing media machine, the brainwashing smear campaign machine, right wing media monsters, man. They done cooked up a whole campaign, and it's a whole, clusterfuck of just, you got people coming out to support Daniel Penny, and obviously these groups are, have history, and I mean, listen, it's starting to become, a thing where it's gonna bring people, more people against each other, and I feel like the division and the lack of unity is probably the reason why we ended up in this situation in the first place. Had they had just all communicated on that train, and said, made the situation make sense, I'm pretty sure that wouldn't have been the end result. We don't want to harp on this. Obviously this is, obviously a pending situation. Obviously now we have to wait to see what the justice system does in favor of a black man, I'm saying, in America, which obviously, I mean, last time I looked at that scoreboard, you know we ain't even gonna make the play in, fam. And I looked at that scoreboard. But we did not make it to the play-in. That's all I'm saying, fam. It's not looking good right now. Rest in power to Jordan Neely, of course, and much and prayers and obviously condolences still to his family, who, are probably gonna have to now sit here and go back and forth and go to court, deal with this shit. Uh, but I do feel like we should shift that conversation though. Yeah. So obviously, NBA playoffs. NBA in general, NBA news and NBA rules. We gonna get into some NBA talk, But before I get into some NBA talk, I do want to just ask one simple question. You know, is Jamie Foxx good or not, fam? Or not? Is he good or not? What what is going on with brother Jamie Foxx? Now, this is the thing. This is the E.B.C.G. Once again, this is not the shade. This is not TMZ. This is not media takeout, fam. This is not that. I'm not here for the clicks. I'm not here for the gossip. I'm not here for the politics, fam. I'm not really here to. I'm not here to hold y'all up. I'm not here for the swindle, fam. Now, I understand the idea and the concept of people need their privacy. I completely get that. Listen, I understand that 100%. People do need their privacy, right? My only issue with this whole Jamie Foxx situation, and obviously prayers and not condolences, because obviously Jamie Foxx is still with us from what I know, right? The last report I seen, I would just assume, nah. I just feel like it's been so many conflicting reports, and at this point, I'm just like, bro, can Jamie Foxx just grab a goddamn phone and go live on Instagram real quick, man? All we need is a 2-second clip, bro. We don't need anything more. We don't need a stand up. We don't need the Jamie Foxx show. We don't need the announcement, nothing. We don't need anything else. But can we just see Jamie Foxx? Can we just see Jamie Foxx? Can we get a photo? Why are they putting out conflicting reports? They put out a report. Obviously, this came out several weeks ago that Jamie Foxx was going through some type of medical situation, and then it came out that it was a brain aneurysm. Then it wasn't that. Then he was good. Then he was out of the hospital. Then he was not good, and then it went to something else. Which obviously at that point, everybody who's seen that headline, that his family was basically preparing for the worst, right? Now we done seen this headline so many goddamn times, man. You can't really play with us like this. Social media has completely destroyed our lives, man, and we are preconditioned to circumstances such as these, traumatic events, right? And this is usually how these situations play out, is basically what I'm saying. And I just don't like the fact that they keep putting out these conflicting goddamn reports. Can we just get a 2-second clip of Jamie Foxx? Just do the Ray or something, man. Just give me something, man. Golly, bro. But praise up for Jamie Foxx, obviously. You know, legend, icon, pillar. We don't want Jamie to go anywhere, man. And I just feel like y'all setting this up for why are you trying to depress us? Is Jamie Foxx trolling us? Is this like a setup for some type of comeback comedy stand up extravaganza, fam? Because I'm here for that, realistically. At the end of the day, if we could just get him back on the stage, yeah, man. But quit with these damn conflicting reports, man. Social media is so terrible. How and I made a point about this actually on my last episode, and it's actually crazy how social media is actually more. It actually drives the actual media, the news. You know what I'm saying? These are the people who are supposed to be professionally trained to deliver, an unbiased opinion on a daily basis. I feel like I said I was gonna get into the NBA, but I feel like I want to hold off on the NBA news. By the way, it is 2:24 p.m. on the dot. Mamba, and I feel like it's only right. It's only right because I told y'all this episode, unofficially is brought to you by Body Armor. Mamba Mentality Edition. So I'm gonna go ahead and just. Kobe, you already know what it is, man. Mamba Mentality, Mamba Forever. Yeah, we're gonna get into the NBA. We're gonna get into, obviously there's a lot to talk about. A lot to talk about, right? And I'm low key stalling. because I'm not really even sure. I don't even know how I want to tackle this stuff, right? Jay-Z and Rock Nation share plans to open a casino, more specifically, a Caesar's Palace casino. Caesar's Palace in Times Square, fam. What are we talking about? So this is the thing, right? Obviously, this is a new, story. This is a new headline. This is not something that has really been cooking for that long, right? So obviously, what I'm saying is there's not really much information on it other than Jay-Z and the Rock Nation share plans to open up a Caesar's Palace casino in the heart of Times Square. Now, my question is this. I mean, we've seen Jay-Z in these type of, situations financially before as far as making as far as real estate in New York City is concerned, right? Now, his last big, you know, all I'm saying is this. Is this going to be another Barclays Center, fam? Are we about to see Jay-Z? I feel like it's a good idea, obviously, for one reason and one reason only, man. Revenue, right? If we're talking about, fiscally speaking, this is genius, right? You put a casino in Times Square, fam. I'm just saying, I don't really see how you lose there financially, right? My other question is, why hasn't anybody else thought of this? Because low key, that was my immediate thought, fam. My immediate thought was, why haven't I thought of this? A casino in Times Square is genius, man. It really is, and low key, I don't see how this is gonna fail. I don't. And what I'm also saying is, I might want in, fam. I'm not sure. Is Jay-Z on Instagram? He's not, right? Rock Nation is. I gotta activate my title again, man. I got a playlist over there that's fire too, by the way. I do really need to go check that playlist out though. I forgot about that shit. But anyway, yeah. I say all to say this. I think that this is this is gonna bring a lot of attention, obviously, to New York. I'm not sure if this is gonna be good as far as traffic is concerned in Times Square. Obviously that's already an issue. Just navigating through Times Square, not an issue for me personally. I bike through New York City, right? I'm a cyclist, so personally, I don't mind the traffic. I usually figure that out. But then at the same time, you still got to be careful and be on your P's and Q's as a cyclist, especially over there. You got yellow cabs, tourists, Buddhist monks on bikes, all type of shit going on over there, right? You throw a casino in the middle of that, you're going to have a lot of bodies in Times Square. I also want to point out the fact that are seeing that mass shootings are up right now. You know what I'm saying? And realistically, fam, I don't even know if I really want to personally partake in those festivities myself, right? Like, I'm not going to be in there every day, is what I'm saying. But I do see where this can be a good idea on a fiscal level. You know what? I feel like I held off long enough. You know what I did? Shout out to Jay-Z and Rock Nation, though. That is a big deal, and I will be following that story because that is developing, right? The Caesar's Palace in Times Square. What y'all thinking about that, man? Y'all gonna be at the palace? Gambling is obviously legal now in New York, and I do feel like obviously we see a lot of attention, I should say, basically on FanDuel and sport these apps that are now allowing people to kind of just bet on these games for their own leisure. So I feel like it's right on time. I feel like it's a good idea, a really really good idea. We'll see how it plays out though. I guess on that note, we get to the NBA playoffs, man. I mean, man. So what's the latest? Huh? Where we at? Where we at, man? So what was my last? Obviously, so look, it's tough. It is, man, because I just feel like I get overwhelmed when I have so many great takes, and the first thing that comes to my mind is Steph. Steph is on vacation. They definitely got Steph out of here. The Warriors. Let me not do that though. Salute to the Golden State Warriors for an amazing season, and at the end of the day, they fell short. They did. They didn't really live up to the full potential that we're so accustomed to seeing the Warriors. Obviously this is the first time that you know they haven't advanced to the Western Conference Finals. Or just the finals, basically, right? They always advance to the Western Conference Finals, man. We ain't even get a Game 6 Clay performance, bruh. No Game 6 Clay. So, I mean, at this point, it's kind of like the question is like, is the Warriors dynasty over, right? I see that kind of like trending. And, short answer is yes, right? The short answer is obviously, I mean, if you ask me, I just feel like at this point, I just don't see, obviously the NBA is in a like, man, NBA is on a whole different type of time now these days as far as business, fam, and handling personnel is concerned, and just the way business is basically conducted. I just feel like they do for a shake up over there, man. I feel like you get Clay out of there, man. You send Clay to New York or something, man. They need shooters right now. Clay ain't obviously Clay that we used to see, but at the end of the day, man, he's still Clay Thompson, but he gonna hit a couple of threes when they need him, right? I just feel like I don't want to see Clay, Steph, and Draymond anymore, bro. I'm over it, bro. And low key, I feel like Draymond is over it too. Now I watch his podcast, and shout out to Draymond Green and that podcast he has. I don't know the name of it, which is terrible, right? I should know this. It's a dope podcast, man. Super dope, super insightful, But I will say this though, I do feel like he does have a player option, obviously, coming up. And I don't know, man. I could just see a scenario where Draymond, respectfully walks away from, basically they got everything that they can get out of the team this year is basically what they're saying, right? In other words, we could still run it back with the core group of guys if we just add some more guys. Who y'all gonna add though, man? Who y'all gonna add, bro? Y'all not getting Kyrie. Dame not going over there. I just feel like, bro, let's shake this shit up, bro. Let's shake it up, man. They done fired Doc Rivers. We gonna get to the coaches, man, because I'm not gonna hold you. It is an NBA coach. It is NBA coach hunting season, fam. They are clipping the NBA coaches like duck hunt on Nintendo, fam. This shit is actually like, it's really just not safe right now if you're an NBA coach. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, if your team is not like sweeping teams in the playoffs, your job is on the line, fam. Let's get back to so yeah, the Warriors went home. Phoenix, yeah, pack Phoenix up, real quick, got them out of here. The story there. I mean, if you ask me, is they need a big man now. You know what I'm saying? How long are the Phoenix Suns gonna go without a legit, a center, bro? They need a center. They don't have a center. DeAndre Ayton, and respectfully, because listen, at the end of the day, man, this guy was a first round pick. And I mean, obviously he's a talented, super talented player, right? So when we say this stuff, we don't want to be naive, but he's trash, bro. Let's just keep it all the way 1,000. This is the E.B.C.G at the end of the day, fam. DeAndre, weak sauce, fam. I didn't see one drop step, one fade away. He hit some shots here and there, but at the end of the day, fam, it's just like we don't see that dog in you, like, you know what I'm saying, in the big moments when the team needs a big man to grab the ball and post somebody up and dunk the ball, bro. Can he post people up, bro? What is his specialty? I'm off DeAndre Ayton. I never was really on DeAndre Ayton or the Phoenix Suns for that matter. I'm only intrigued by this team because Kevin Durant, who just was on the Brooklyn Nets, is now over there, and obviously that was a mid-season trade, and that was the whole thing, right? We'll go over to Dallas and then team up with Luka. They over there fumbling the damn ball, trying to figure out who's gonna take the last shot. It was a nightmare season, man. If you were on the Brooklyn Nets bandwagon and ultimately a fan of Kyrie Irving or Kevin Durant, they both in Hawaii right now or something. They probably planning something too though. And we're gonna be looking to see what Kyrie does next season. I do feel like I don't know, he's a wild card right now to me. I felt like early on, if you would have asked me 2 or 3 weeks ago, I would have told you Phoenix, no brainer, right? But at this point, I'm looking at it like, I don't know, man. Devin Booker, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant is low key basically like James Harden. It's the same thing again, bro. It kind of is the same thing again. We don't really need Devin Booker and Kyrie Irving on the same team as far as scoring. You know, they're gonna kind of cancel each other out. This is just my opinion. The way Kyrie kind of dominates the ball, the way Devin Booker kind of dominates the ball. Devin Booker can also play off of the ball a little bit better than Kyrie. So I mean, I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting. Who you gonna put at the 1 though? Devin Booker at the 1, Kyrie at the 2. You might put Kyrie at the 1. Kyrie could pass that ball. He definitely could pass. I mean, it's just gonna be interesting all around. It's a lot of different options, a lot of different, expectations. All I know is whatever team Kyrie go to, is a lock for the, whatever conference he's in. They will be in the finals. I just feel like Kyrie Irving is hungry right now. I just feel like he got a chip on his shoulder right now, fam. I just seen a damn. He doing like he giving lessons in the gym. He in the gym right now, fam. Like Kyrie's in the gym. He's locked in, and I just feel like next season is going to be really interesting. Let's get back to the playoffs. I don't want to stray away too far, And obviously, we got to talk about my Celtics, man. Come on, man. Come on. Y'all thought I was a go. And at the end of the day, fam, yeah. I said my Celtics because realistically, fam, the proof is in the pudding. I mean, if you know, you know. I've been rocking with the Celtics, man, since Isaiah Thomas broke his hip and came back when I've been rocking with them for a long time, and I do feel like this is definitely their year. This is clearly their year. Now, if you would have asked me 2 weeks ago when James Harden dropped 40 in game one, or whatever that was, what was that, a week ago? Shit was all good just a week ago. I just feel like Jason Tatum, let's talk about it, man. Jason Tatum, 51 points, most points scored in the game 7 history. I know for a fact Steph Curry face got a little red. His cheeks got just a little red sitting at home watching that with Aisha in the kitchen. She was probably chefing it up though. So I'm sure he was okay after that. He smelled the curry or whatever in the kitchen and he probably smiled right after that. But he got a little red in the face when he seen that 51, like, damn, fam, I just got the 50 piece. Your man passed it by 1 point, and I mean, listen, man, it was an epic performance. It was an epic performance, and I mean, there's nothing else you could say about it. Jason Tatum is that dude, bro. He is that guy, and I will never. As a matter of fact, I might low key owe him a slight apology because at the end of the day, I never thought that Jason Tatum. I never thought he wasn't talented. I never thought for a second that he wasn't, capable of doing what he did in Game 7. My issue with Jason Tatum was that he wasn't doing what he did in Game 7 enough, right? And realistically, fam, it doesn't really matter, fam. If it's, the timing of it was needed, they needed that 51. They needed all 51 of those points, fam, too, which was crazy. It was really just a true Jason Tatum show for real. And to do that at the Garden, in front of your home crowd, Jaylen Brown also was, huge in that game. Defensively, the Celtics, they're starting to find their identity again, which is, obviously, you know, a good and bad thing. Good for the Celtics, bad for the rest of the teams that's left in that, We basically got a bubble rematch. We got Denver, LA, that's tonight. And then we got, Miami and Boston, which I do find interesting that we ended up getting the same 4 teams again that we got in the bubble. So, people gonna really this is gonna be a real bragging rights championship, to say the least, because, obviously that bubble championship looked funny under the light, man. If you ask any of them NBA, analysts, the legends, the Dr. J's of the world, the Shaquille O'Neals, they kind of laughed at that bubble championship, right? So now we getting an opportunity to run that back, basically, right? So whoever wins this championship right here is, it's kind of going to be looked at as like, all right, this is the team that really earned it, kind of thing. And I feel like all four teams that are left are basically well deserving of a championship, based on how they performed to get to this point. The Los Angeles Lakers have been, I mean, fam, impossible. Impossible is the word that comes to mind because there is no goddamn way that anybody before this playoffs thought to themselves that the Lakers would be in the conference finals, man. This is actually crazy, you know, and it goes to show you that AD, basically what he's capable of doing when he's healthy, man. And that's kind of just like the biggest takeaway for me. When Anthony Davis is healthy, fam, I'm not really sure. Yeah, maybe Kyrie in LA, maybe. That's all I'm saying. I low-key forgot about all that. He might still go to LA too, right? LeBron, I feel like LeBron got like a season or two left. He clearly can still play the game. He's clearly still very, very much valuable to any franchise. So I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting. But Anthony Davis is scary though. He is scary. And then on the other side of that, then you got another center over there that you know what I mean. So this is gonna be a battle of the centers. This matchup. I don't really personally have any horses in this race. Me personally, I want to see the Lakers advance just because I know for a fact the Celtics. Let's get to the Celtics in Miami. Playoff Jimmy. Playoff Jimmy. Not gonna hold you, fam. I'm not sure if Playoff Jimmy is gonna be able to activate when Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, Al Horford, and Robert Williams are in the paint, fam. Robert Williams has been spectacular on the defensive end. And again, another player who, when healthy, they could completely change their entire team, bro. Robert Williams is a really, really good defensive player, You just don't see him enough and consistently enough, And hopefully he can stay healthy for the rest of this series, man, or for the rest of this playoffs, for real. Because if they lose him, I mean, that changes things. That's all I'm saying. Let me knock on wood real quick. Because we lost him last year, if I'm not mistaken. And it's just like, fam, can we just get a full stretch of your health, bro? What are you doing or not doing to your body, bro? To where your body is just so goddamn. He's a big guy. I get it. It's a lot of wear and tear on your knees. But fam, we're gonna need Robert Williams to continue to play that defense. We're gonna need Boston to continue to keep that identity. I definitely want to say, the head coach, man. What is the head coach's name? It's terrible. The rookie coach. Yeah, I know who he is. It's gonna come to me. I just want to say that. Listen, man, he's doing what he. I lost faith in him. I did. 2 weeks ago, I had a lot of things to say, not so positive about this guy. And it's probably the reason why I don't remember his name. I probably erased his name out of my memory after I went on that tirade. But I do want to say that at the end of the day, he is a rookie coach, and realistically, man, he's doing something right. He's clearly doing something right, and I just want to, I want to continue to just basically have faith that he will, basically continue to do whatever it is that he's doing. Whatever lecture he's giving Tatum, fam, keep giving him the same lecture, fam. He said something like he told him he loved him, or, hey, listen, Ayo, man. Listen, fam. Whatever. Two light-skinned, grown-ass men in the locker room telling them they love each other. Cool. If that's what it takes for this man to go out there and perform on a top level so that the Boston Celtics could finally capture the goddamn championship that has been haunting them. This championship has been haunting their lives for the last 5 or 6 seasons, man. What is this? Jaylen Brown's 8th Eastern Conference fan. They are long overdue for this NBA championship, and all I'm saying is I'm here for it. All I'm saying is I'm here for it, and we just gotta accept the fact that that's getting ready to happen, man. If, if, only if we can keep our team healthy. Let's clap it up for the Boston Celtics staying healthy for the rest of the playoffs, man. Please, no injuries. And my if we could just stay healthy, I don't really have any. I'm not really worried about the rest of these teams that's left. I don't really care who's there. If we healthy, and we gonna need Tatum to, basically just, keep that same energy. Like I said, I lost faith in him temporarily. He got me back with that 51. That 51, it was crazy. He was talking his shit too every shot. Like, I mean, that's the Tatum that we want to see. You know, every game for real, because he can do it. Bubble rematch and shit. Miami, yeah, playoff Jimmy. Sorry, buddy. Sorry, buddy, but I will say this: we got to see what Jimmy Butler show up to. Uh, so that game one to me, whoever win game one got the series. That's just how I'm calling that one. Nah, I take that back. If Boston wins game one, the series is over. In my opinion, Miami has to win that first game. This won't get to 5 games if Miami doesn't win game one, because Boston has home court advantage at the end of the day. Obviously, we see what they do at home. You know what I mean? So Boston, or Miami rather, they definitely gonna have to steal one. And I feel like that first one is the one they're gonna have to steal, personally. It's just my opinion. And we're gonna have to see what Jimmy show up. Bam Adebayo, we're not worried about you. You can't really shoot like that. He could pass the ball. He got a little handle or whatever. But realistically, Bam Adebayo is, a slasher that attacks the paint and attacks the rim. Once again, Al Horford and Robert Williams. Enough said. We're not worried about Bam Adebayo. Listen, and I guess on that note, NBA coach hunting season, fam. Yeah. We here. So this is the latest, right? So obviously they got rid of the Bucks coach, right? What's her name? Budenhauser, Budweiser. I know listen, the guy over there in Milwaukee, okay? Look like Chris Kringle on a unemployment line, fam, out of uniform, out of out of costume and shit. Respectfully, because he was a championship coach, and obviously it's kind of just like one of those things now where it's like, bro, like, do they even care about these coaches? The NBA had these campaigns. NBA cares, and we see these guys digging up dirt and building houses and shit, which we already knew was cap, right? But it's just like, bro, how can you guys say you care, right? But we can clearly see by your actions and the way you conduct business, the NBA doesn't care, bro. The NBA doesn't care. And realistically, fam, I just feel like, Doc Rivers is the latest victim of the NBA, coach witch hunt. They got Monty Williams out of here in Phoenix. He was over there for 4 years. Monty Williams, obviously, he didn't win a championship, over there, for the 4 years that he was there. Much the same with Doc Rivers, who obviously had a little bit longer of a go at it as far as, attempting to win and not winning. And, obviously his losing percentage is, probably the highest or something along these lines. Listen, man, I'm not here to keep the coach's stats, fam. I'm not. I don't know what Doc Rivers' stats are. I didn't know what his stats were when he was playing, fam. My point is this. I just feel like the coaches they don't care about them. Basically, like, the coaches don't matter, bro. So realistically, that's why you see these coaches on the sideline. Do you ever see a coach in a good mood when you think about it, fam? These coaches are miserable, fam. This is crazy. These guys have no job security. You got a game plan for Braun, Jokic, all type of crazy shit. These niggas ain't getting no sleep. You the last one to get a Gatorade on the bus. It's rough for the NBA coaches, fam. This is absolutely disgraceful. I just feel like I don't know, man. Somebody has to speak up for the coaches, bro. I'm not with the just as soon as we don't get a well, again, Doc Rivers may be a different story, right? As far as Monty Williams, he had 4 seasons. I just feel like he just got the Monty Williams one was foul. Let me explain. Let me be a little bit more articulate about what I'm trying to say here. Monty Williams had 4 years in Phoenix to get a championship ring. He didn't have the team that he has now for 4 years. So I just feel like it's not really fair in that situation. I feel like that one might be a little personal. That might be somebody just, they didn't really like him or his coaching style. Or maybe, I don't want to speculate for the Phoenix, organization, right? I have no insight. On the inside, I don't have any sources, none of that, right? All I'm saying is this: maybe, just maybe, KD might have went up to the office up there and was like, "Yo, man, I just ain't really feeling. I don't think this is it right here." Type. I don't know. I don't know. Obviously, KD is a new addition to the franchise, and obviously they want to keep KD locked in over there. And I'm pretty sure that they're gonna do anything that they need to do to assure that that happens, right? And I do feel like it's just like they didn't really give him a chance to have a full opportunity to coach KD. That's a little telling to me, personally, right? KD might have went and whispered to somebody like, "Yo, I don't really like this guy, bro. Get somebody else, man." And that's okay. I mean, listen, man, listen. KD earned, you know, he earned his stripes in the league, and he paid his dues to get to where he is today. Obviously, as far as legacy conversation, I don't really feel like he get as much respect as he probably deserves, and situations like this don't really help, just the inconsistency. I feel like KD bouncing around to so many teams and so many different coach changes, and it's kind of just like, bro, you kind of got to get settled, my boy, and build your legacy now. There's too much uncertainty around KD. You know what I mean? If it's not an injury, if a coach about to get fired, your team ain't really. Can we just get a full season of consistency? That's all I ask. He got them mid-season, bro. He got them at the end, right when the playoffs was getting ready to start. He had to change his whole goddamn game book, his whole everything, bro. It's not fair. I don't feel like it's fair. I feel like he deserved another season, at least. And then next season would have really determined a lot more, See what they would have got there, But it is what it is. I'm not, I don't speak for the NBA corporate offices. Listen. I don't even have NBA League Pass anymore. Yeah. I got rid of that shit, man. Y'all could take that $20. Give me my goddamn $20 back, bro. Y'all could keep the Shaq and the Fool catalog, bro. I'm cool on this. I can't watch the game when I need to watch the game. It's telling me, oh, you gotta wait 3 hours. Why did I pay $20 to wait 3 hours to watch a game, bro? Are you out of your goddamn mind? Give me my $20 back. I'm not paying for that shit no more. Yeah. I don't care. I'm gonna illegally find a way to watch the games, bro. And that's a struggle. It is. But realistically, fam, I'd rather do that and morally know that I'm not giving these my money, basically, bro. Because they really are robbing you. I don't want to watch old highlights, bro, that I can watch on YouTube. Realistically, everything on there is on YouTube, bro. It really is, though. Like, it's kind of crazy. I'm not paying for that shit, bro. Send my 20, bro. Draymond player option, Warriors dynasty. No game 6 Clay was crazy. Still my guy, though. That's my guy for life, I got the autograph right there. So, we still on NBA. We still on NBA, news, conversation, discussion. And obviously, NBA playoffs, you know, at this point may just be on the back burner just for a moment, momentarily. I want to put the NBA playoffs on the back burner. We are still on NBA news, but I don't have any more NBA playoff news to discuss. Unfortunately, unfortunately, what I do have to discuss, hey yo man, John Morant, man, you know, John Morant. I feel like that's just the headline. John Morant. I mean, what else? John Morant fill in the blank. And it's just like that's kind of where we at right now. John Morant blank. And I'm not gonna hold you. They are definitely filling in the blanks. Quite full right now. So this is the thing, right? This is the thing. I'm not gonna hold you. Like I'm low key in shock. I am. I'm low key in shock. I really don't even know how to even tackle this, just for the simple fact that when I seen it the first time. Let's go back to the first time. We're gonna go back to the first time we seen this, this whole situation unfold. It was kind of like, it's so crazy that I literally was in bed, right? Like whatever time that this happened, I, I woke up in whatever time it was in the morning, fam. It was like 4 in the morning. Seeing the notification of John Morant going live, right? And literally had the thought to myself, like, what the is this doing on live right now? Put my phone back down, went to sleep, right? Woke up the next morning, this was everywhere, right? So that was the first time, right? So I kind of had a different reaction to that. I kind of was on some like, man, like I don't feel like it's really that much of a big deal because of I'm thinking to myself, basically, he slipped up. He slipped up. He slipped up. He thought, he thought it was sweet, bro. He thought, or he was just having a little fun. We've all had fun, and we've all been in that zone where you with your, the people around you kind of influence you to kind of, maybe take things to another level, right? As far as fun is concerned, right? So I mean, I'm not really thinking it's more to it than that. You see him go sit down with Jalen Brown. I'm beating around the bush crazy right now. Your boy is bugging, man. Your boy is bugging. I'm not really sure what's going on with John Morant, bro. And I don't want to really talk about so much. I don't really want to focus on the gun so much here. I don't. I want to just focus on John Morant, the person, right? And we need to just basically kind of like take a real look at the situation for what it is. Like we don't really know the reasoning behind, uh, but there is no reason, right? And that's kind of where the NBA is at with it right now. So basically, the first time around, they kind of gave you a slap on the wrist. They gave you a slap on the wrist. They was willing to give you a light suspension. They were willing to even clean things up. They did. They sat you down with Jalen Rose. This is one of the most black broadcast journalists they could fit. They got one of the most hood broadcast, the most relatable, right? With the perfect hairline. They knew exactly who to get. I see what they did for real. And it was I thought it was a dope conversation. I didn't really feel like we got, a lot of answers as far as like, what was going through his head or whatever the case may be. It did seem like there was a lot of deflecting going on, whatever the case may be, cool. But I'm not one to hold anybody to a mistake. I've made so many. So how can I sit there and basically hold an individual to one mistake, right? So I was willing to kind of like basically look past the whole thing, right? And I did. I seen him get back on the court. I said to myself, you know what? He's talented. He gonna bounce back. That was the end of that. So I thought. So I thought. Fast forward. What is it? Sunday morning? What was it? Mother's Day? Oh, I was outside, fam, drinking a smoothie. No cap, my nigga. Bitches on my body, my nigga. I'm on the bike. I'm in the sun. I'm just basically, I'm on that type of time, right? The summer's here. So I'm outside. I'm on that type of time. I'm kind of just, making my rounds, doing what I do. I kind of look down on my phone and I see this, a very familiar headline, right? Something that I really feel like I had deja vu. I look down and I seen what I seen, but I said to myself, I seen this already, so I'm not sure why I'm seeing it again. What I seen was a headline that read, John Morant suspended for flashing a gun in an IG video. I thought to myself, what are they suspending him again for the same video? I'm sure that was everybody's first thought. Like, I thought they already suspended him. I'm thinking to myself, maybe this is the real suspension. Like, maybe they was waiting for the next season to start or something. Maybe there was something I didn't know. There might have been another meeting that we didn't know about. And maybe this was a suspension for the same incident. So I kind of put my phone down. I picked it back up, though. Because in my mind, I'm like, that doesn't even make sense, right? This man went and did the same thing again. Again. So this is where we at. John Morant, basically is, losing his mind. I'm not sure what's going on with him mentally. I don't want to judge anybody, Uh he's putting guns to his head in videos. I just feel like we need to be delicate about the situation. Realistically, we don't want to push anybody over the edge here. So, this is where we are. This is where we are, man. They are tearing John Morant to shreds right now, fam. I mean, Stephen A, Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp, I've never seen Shannon Sharp so passionate, fam. Shannon Sharp, the veins was popping out of this man's body, fam. His suit was almost about to rip. He was so goddamn. I mean, and at the end of the day, I guess I understand his perspective, being a former athlete and kind of, basically just seeing things from that, a different perspective, right? Through a different lens, right? So in all reality, I do feel like he actually cares about the kid, which is why he was so passionate, Whereas with other journalists, I just feel like people are gonna just always be opportunistic when it's time to bash somebody. Anytime somebody need to get bashed, that's when I see podcasts dropping that I never seen in my life, bro. I'm on episode 30. Y'all know what time it is with me. I was gonna pod regardless. I really didn't even want to talk about this. This is why we on topic 7 and we here now. It's actually topic 5. And like I said, I don't really feel like there's anything really that needs to be said here other than John Morant may need to go and I don't know, sit down with someone. This is the thing. They're talking about obviously a lengthy suspension. A lengthy suspension, could be anywhere from what I'm hearing, 20 to 60 games. I don't know, the full season. We got people advocating, give him a full season suspension. I just don't understand the logic there, right? You sit him down for a full season. I'm not sure how that, I'm just not sure how that helps the situation, fam. Realistically, basketball is probably keeping him. But then we can't even say that though. We can't say that. See, I'm trying to look for ways to defend someone again. We can't defend him, bro. We can't defend him because realistically, fam, you're getting into these situations at basketball facilities. He had the one incident with the Indiana Pacers staff, right? Which I thought was completely falsified, right? Little did we know, John Morant is actually a pistol packing, you know, he be having it on him for real. I didn't know that this was really a thing, bro. So when I heard red dot in my mind, I'm like, that was probably a laser pen or something. John Moran is not gonna actually have a gun. Well, now we have two, not one, but two videos of you holding a gun to your head, fam. Emphasis on to your head, by the way. I'm just a little concerned about the gun being to the head, fam. I'm not even sure. Now I'd have been in some interesting circles. I just don't see. I don't understand why a gun would be put to your head that at no point ever in life, fam, has anybody around me, I've just never seen this kind of behavior, bro. And I've seen crazy behavior. Why are you putting he knocked it on his head. Like he banged it on his head like twice or something. Like, fam, you could have realistically, fam, does he even know how to handle a gun? Why is John Morant putting guns to his head? And this is my other question I wanted to ask about the whole situation. I just feel like the interesting thing about this to me, and one of the biggest takeaways, is the fact that obviously John Morant has this big contract, right? That they're kind of looming over his head, right? Like he's supposed to just be worship this goddamn contract and every word on the contract, and you're a complete idiot if you don't honor said contract. I don't agree with that. What I will say is this: there's other ways to get out of a contract. So if in fact the contract is what he's trying to avoid, or he's trying to, he might have went and read the fine print. Because we're not gonna sit here and act like every contract is a good contract just because there's a lot of money involved, are we? Come on now, we can't be that naive. Can we? I mean, we can. Obviously, we can. A lot of us can, right? But I do recall Dave Chappelle going to Africa and then them calling him crazy, fam, because he didn't want to honor his contract. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that John Morant and Dave Chappelle are the same people and have the same circumstances, because they clearly don't. What I'm saying is this: we cannot sit here and act like every contract is a good contract just because there's a lot of money involved. It may be lucrative, but we don't know what the fine print in that contract is. We don't know. They might have had something in there that said he need to cut his dreads at some point, fam, for all we know. Facts. We don't know, is what I'm saying. Now, am I justifying what he, is doing basically publicly and on Instagram Live? Realistically, fam, I'm not even an advocate of social media. And I know that sounds crazy because you're going to hear this on social media. Yeah. I'm dropping the snippets on Instagram. Y'all know what time it is. Episode 30. We here. So, yeah, social media is good to utilize when you're trying to promote. I feel like it's best, it serves its purpose best when it's being used for, business purposes. Me personally, fam, when I'm in the mood for I just don't understand why people need to film some of the shit that they're filming, bro. You're sitting in a car with one guy. It's you and a guy. Realistically, fam. I don't care if that's his man's. I don't care how long you knew him. I knew people for a long time too, fam. At no point ever in life did I ever want to sit in a vehicle with any of these people and bang a gun on my head, bro. I don't understand the logic, bro. I don't understand the incentive there. That'd be hard. That's the original. The Alcoholics. Yeah, that's the original. I didn't realize that. They sampled that. That's hard. It's fire. Hip hop, man. I said hip hop, man. Yeah. Hip hop. Maybe hip hop is to blame here. As I say hip hop, Is hip hop to blame? Can we blame hip hop? Who can we blame for John Morant being a delinquent, fam, in the NBA with $200 million or whatever it is, bro? Yo, they so quick to talk about his money, though. I'm a little uncomfortable with some of the conversation around John Morant right now. Although I will say I completely understand it. I mean, listen, man, I knew what they was going to do. Listen, as an individual who has been in trouble many times in life, I've sat down in a few meetings, let me just say, and you get to that point when you kind of start to foresee these things, and you kind of see this, you see when it's coming. When it's coming is what I'm saying. And I mean, obviously, needless to say, when you see how they handled when they tried to actually sweep it under the rug the first time, they actually they were lenient. They were lenient with John Morant. I mean, I must say, as lenient as you can be for the circumstances, bro. So for your man to go back to do the not something similar. We ain't talking about like he got caught. No. He went and literally did. It looked like the same video, damn near, except he was just in a car, bro. Then he's sitting there playing NBA YoungBoy, right? Now, me personally, I had to go look up some NBA YoungBoy. I literally had to go sit like a goddamn lab rat, fam, and do research, fam. I had to subject myself to some NBA YoungBoy because I needed to hear the lyrics. Personally, me, Willmatic TV, me, me. I sat down and I listened to an NBA YoungBoy track. I did that for the first time and last time in my life. What I'm saying is this. I don't understand any of it, bro. I don't understand it. It's probably not for me to understand. And realistically, fam, everybody can't go. I just don't understand it, man. And we just gonna sit back, I guess, and watch how this plays. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Adam Silver, because listen, realistically, Adam Silver is not David Stern, right? And this is a different era in the NBA. You know, David Stern obviously was notoriously, disciplinary when it came to the NBA players and, code of conduct was concerned. I feel like Adam Silver obviously tried to, he's trying to conduct business in a different way, a little bit more gentle, a little bit more, delicate with the players, right? A lot of more, basically just a lot more room for players to kind of express themselves. You see these guys they got their chests out these guys are shirtless up on the podium during the finals. All time. David Stern wasn't with none of this, bro. These guys had to have suits on for everything, bro. NBA kids, they out there 90 degrees suits on, bro. David Stern was vicious. Damn near a master. But that's another conversation for another episode, right? We're gonna get into some David Stern slander at some point. So yeah, so listen, man. I don't really think I have anything else I need to really get out here. John Morant, I don't know, man. I don't know. If the contract is too, if the terms in the contract are not something that you're agreeable on, or something that you're not in agreement with, if there's something in the contract, if it's the contract, bro, you probably should just talk to a lawyer. I'm not sure if the gun to the head is the best way to go here, because at the end of the day, John Morant has never done anything like this. It wasn't until we seen the money, until the contract came into play. It's not like we're talking about somebody who's been in and out of prison. This is not that, right? Shit, AI did time, and even AI wasn't on this type of time. I'm not gonna hold you, bro. AI actually went to prison, bro. You would never see AI with a gun. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sure what the plan is here. I'm not. This is worse than the Kanye, bro. Low key. Like, this is another type of career suicide, bro. No pun intended. Because he had the gun to his head, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm not sure. The suspension, the full season, John Morant might retire. But what if he retires, though? At this point, bro, like, you think he wants to sit out for a full season, bro? I'm just trying to, like, what is he going to look like after a full season of no NBA play? You know what I mean? Are we even going to have the same player at that point? You understand what I'm saying? These are the things that we have to take into consideration. So when they talking about full season suspensions, and he might gain 40 pounds if you sit him out for a season. Maybe they need to trade him. See, that's something I feel like my thing is, my new thing is shift the conversation. Obviously, John Morant did something crazy, right? And we're just gonna leave it at that. He did something crazy for the second time, right? Maybe the answer is he needs to just get out of Memphis. Maybe he needs to get out of that environment. Maybe the environment that raised him, an environment that he adapted to before he was in the NBA, was so appealing to him that it's really difficult for him to detach himself from that environment. Maybe a trade to another team and ultimately another city. Maybe, maybe we see a different John Morant. That's all I'm saying. And maybe we need to focus more on that, Stephen A. Because honestly, bro, realistically, I sit back and what I do is I watch all of y'all. I do. Nobody had that take right there. And I'm low key disappointed in y'all. Because at the end of the day, y'all been doing this for 20, 30, 40 years. Y'all been doing this. Why is nobody bringing up the idea or the notion that John Morant might quite possibly need to be traded to another team? And I know he got a big contract. So yeah, contractually that might not be possible right now. But realistically, fam, does the NBA care or not? Get him out of Memphis and save this kid's life. Quite possibly. Thank you. Praying for John Morant, man. I don't know what's going to happen. Hold your head up, kid. Keep your chin down and hold your mother. Because, bro, again. And then there's another piece here that I'm leaving out. And that piece is that they're in Tennessee, which is from what I understand, you can open carry. You can not have a license. You can go to the goddamn gas station with it on you, bro, with no license, and it's completely legal, right? So, from a legal standpoint, John Moran is not in the room here. We do need to highlight that as well, right? And I did hear some other Stephen A. definitely highlighted that. That's basically who I got it from. I definitely took that take from Stephen A. I did. And I'm glad he highlighted that because in all reality, that really should be the bottom line. Obviously, he's in the NBA, which is a privately owned, right? Which I've been in those environments as well. When you're talking about privately owned, you're talking about you on a whole nother type of time. You're on their time. Whatever rules they will make up a new rule right in front of you, fam. Okay, like literally. So that's just what it is. You're working for an organization, and at the end of the day, if the expectation is you want to continue to get a bag here, you kind of got to play by these rules, and that's just what it is, or not, So it is what it is, man. I personally feel like you trade him, you get John Morant out of Memphis. Obviously, that might not be the best thing for he might not want that, but who's actually in control here? Because clearly he's not. Right? He's not in control. He's not in control of his actions. I mean, who is actually guiding and leading John Morant to make these decisions, man? Is it just him doing this to himself? Can this be a little deeper here? Are we dealing with a situation where maybe he's being peer pressure? So I don't know what it is, bro. I don't. And whoever's son was in the video with him is, realistically, fam, what you did was you blew the bag. You know what I'm saying? You blew the bag, bro. Because obviously, see, and this is the problem with this new generation, bro. It's no OGs anymore, bro. And that's a whole nother conversation at the end of the day. But realistically, fam, when you got a bunch of young dummies just amongst each other with no leadership or guidance, bro, you have to think for other people, bro. And that's something that I've been coming to, a hard, reality with myself, just being outside, being amongst certain, just seeing certain people out here, bro. People out here lost. Like, you literally have to be outside thinking for yourself and other people at this point. That's literally the only way to survive. I'm not sure if y'all know this, and that might be the gem of the episode right there. Learn it, love it, never forget it. You have to think for yourself and other people, bro. At some point, you're not just thinking for yourself. This is probably one of the most pivotal keys to survival, fam. Facts. Nobody, no, who his man needed to be, on top of that situation a little bit better, bro. You knew that Ratchet was in the car. Why do you have a phone out recording? They said something like, "Oh, he did try to pull the phone back at the fam." Why are you recording anything, bro? It's in here. It is what it is, man. We'll see how this all unfolds, bro. We will see how this all unfolds, and I definitely want to take this time to point out the fact that I believe wholeheartedly that Adrian Wojnarowski is AI. Woj is definitely the AI, fam. And at this point, we have to just acknowledge the fact that Adrian Wojnarowski, not sure if the pronunciation was correct. I don't care, bro. AI, you're the AI, fam. We just gonna call you AI from now on. And we're not talking about Allen Iverson. I'm talking about artificial intelligence, fam. How in the this guy is on the morning show, the midday show, the noon show, evening show, the midnight show, the Sunday show. Woj was on the Mother's Day show, fam. Woj was the only person that worked on Sunday this past Sunday, fam. This is crazy. There is no way humanly possible for this individual to have all of these jobs, all of these roles and responsibilities. You got on a clean tuxedo every time we see you. The nigga, his handkerchief is always perfectly placed. His tie is always straight. It's just like, bro, his no bags under your eyes. How are you maintaining this schedule and not losing all of your goddamn hair, fam? I don't even think he got a toupee in. I think that's really him up there. This guy is an AI, bro. Understand what I'm saying here, bro. It's just impossible. I'm barely getting through the one. I don't know, man. It's just like, man, I really wanted to say salute because, man, who is a harder worker than him? Seriously, I think Stephen A is right there with him. I think Stephen A is definitely right there with him, though. And Stephen A is a lot more entertaining. So, you had to give Stephen A the edge there, and he definitely has some amazing takes about this whole, not the John Morant situation, but just the playoffs and stuff. His take on James Harden beard and how he needs to shave his beard. Top three Stephen A takes of all time, easily. I mean, I mean, he just gets better. It seems like every day, bro. It's kind of crazy, like, and he's been doing this shit for so long, bro. Salute to Stephen A. Salute to Adrian Wojnarowski, the AI. Somebody got to answer that question though, bro. What is his sleep pattern? What? How much hours of sleep is this guy getting? There has to be some type of documentary on him at this point. Stephen A got the book. Everybody else, I feel like there's something where it's documented. He's the only one where it's just like he's just popping up on screens every day, all day. Shit is ridiculous, man. I think with that we leave NBA. We leave the NBA with that, Um, new music? I don't really feel like any new music is dropping like that. Not none of the shit I'm looking for. Anyway, I'm just gonna keep it a buck because I'm sure it's a lot of new music dropping. I feel like I'm seeing a lot of Ice Spice right now. I'm not really sure how I feel about it. I just feel like oversaturation is a thing. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like, man, when you get a new flavor or something, you kind of want to savor it too. Like I feel like we're oversaturating. The ice is damn near getting ready to melt, fam. Can we get off of Ice Spice for just 3 days, bro? Can we get a 3-day timeout of Ice Spice and her mom, bro? They got they got Ice Spice and her mom outside, bro. Ice Spice and her mom are both outside apparently, bro. It's a meme. I just don't like the marketing in music today, bro. Why are we seeing Ice Spice and her mom twerking and shit? Like they not twerking though. Let me not do that. They wasn't twerking. What I'm saying is this: these pictures, man, the way they kind of like, you know what I mean? I see what they doing. And I'm just gonna leave it there, man. Cardi B, I know she, they looking for that other Latin kind of flavor in that community, Bad Bunny is cooking. So they figure, I get it, man. The Latin community is definitely, when it comes to the music side of things, completely unified. I don't know about in the Dominican Republic though. Uh, the unity over there is on another type of timing right now, and I won't elaborate. But prayers for all of the Haitians who are currently being beaten, kicked, and drowned out of the DR right now, respectfully. And I'm not even trying to be funny because realistically, fam, that is a thing. And yeah, man, I just feel like there's so much things going on. It's hard to focus on everything, man. But we want to highlight the fact that that is foul. That what they are doing. There's a lot of displacement going on right now. I am aware of this. You got people popping up all over the goddamn place, bro. Different places, different faces, in different places. Why is this? What is this, bro? What is this? What is this guitar, bro? Get this shit out of here, bro. Yeah, Ice Spice and her mom every day on the timeline. It's just like, bro, like, can we not? Like, what message am I supposed to be taking away from this, bro? They look, yeah, I get it. Like mother, like daughter. All right, enough of Ice Spice and her mom, please, man. And can we get some goddamn some humans putting out music? They got I don't know when the AI is dropping or when the human is dropping anymore. We need new music ASAP, bro. The summer is right here. I'm not sure what's going on. We still ain't get a Rihanna, which is crazy. I feel like that's probably loaded. Like this episode right here, I might drop episode. Me and Rihanna might drop on the same day. For all I know, she might drop a surprise album. So I don't really do the gossip. I don't follow the shade room. I don't do that. That's not what I do here. Okay, this is a very, very professional, right? This is very, very, we like to hit y'all with the, current events, but at the same time, I try to keep it clean. I don't like to get too messy unless I have to. And I just feel like certain should be a reach. And I see how other people cover certain stories, and I try to avoid being corny, you know what I'm saying? And basically, stuck in the lane of just basically gossip and drama talk on the microphone, bro. Because this is the thing, right? Usher and Chris Brown, right? Let's get into it, though. Because at the end of the day, I'm a fan of both of these gentlemen, you know. I've been, obviously Usher's been around for a long time. His catalog is amazing. It speaks for itself. Chris Brown, his catalog is amazing. It speaks for itself. Now, that's the music side of things. Now, as far as personally, I don't know any of them, right? So I don't really know what people really, what type of time and people be on as far as like, what I'm saying is this. It's very possible that Chris Brown put hands on Usher, right? Just based on everything we've heard about Chris Brown over the years, everything that we've kind of seen out there about him, different situations, different altercations, it would kind of match everything that we've heard, right? What we don't know is the circumstances, right? And what's basically being reported, or what basically was reported, right? Because this is kind of, like I said, I'm a little late, right? This is what, 2 weeks ago? Tiana Taylor, Chris Brown was at, I believe, his birthday party. So this happened at his birthday party, right? Obviously, you at your birthday, you probably drinking a little bit. So that obviously played a factor in his temperament. I'm not sure what the history is with Tiana Taylor and Chris Brown and why they had an altercation, but what's being reported is that there was some type of verbal altercation between Tiana Taylor and Chris Brown that Usher tried to intervene into. And listen, Chris Brown, he moonwalked on him. You know what I'm saying? He milli rocked on Usher at his own party, but he ran down on Usher, and that's basically what was reported. What we didn't see was anything that would indicate that Usher got ran down on, because he definitely posted an Instagram story promptly after that incident to show people that basically, like, I'm chilling, I'm good, I'm clean, my face still good, there's nothing wrong with me. These are reports, you know what I'm saying? And that was basically how that ended. So right now, we're not really sure if this was some type of rollout for a versus. We're not really sure if this was like basically some type of promo, because at the end of the day, versus just announced that they're coming back, you know. And obviously, when it comes to versus, we've been kind of, Usher and Chris Brown has been, you know, two names that we've been throwing out for quite some time as far as a matchup that we would like to see in a versus situation. So on one hand, it's kind of like the timing of it. It kind of does line up with that whole, you know, versus coming, you know, that's what is that in September? That's basically around the corner, is what we're saying. So this could be some promo basically for a versus, and all I'm saying is this: I'm here for it, man. I am 100% here for the Usher and Chris Brown fake beef to embellish a versus matchup, fam. I think it's smart marketing. It's genius. I think it's gonna work. I think they're gonna knock this one right out the park if they actually do the verses. You know what I'm saying? They actually have to do the verses for this to work. Or maybe this is a legit situation. I don't know. All I'm saying is this: Usher and Chris Brown, to my knowledge, have never had any incident or run-in previously, right? From what we know, Usher and Chris Brown, I mean, you kind of, those are always the two artists you've compared to each other over the years, right? Or, you know, Chris Brown, you compare Chris Brown to Usher, because obviously Usher's been around, you know, longer, right? Had a longer tenure. So yeah, I'm not really sure what the situation is there, man. You know, if he actually, you know, put hands on Usher, it is what it is. I understand that. I'm with that. I mean, every now and then you might have to put hands on people, bro. That's just the situation. That's just the reality of life. Every time somebody get like, I just feel like we don't always have to overreact to everything, and that's really why I didn't really have anything to say about this. I just feel like I didn't really feel like it was that big of a deal personally. Like, he didn't shoot him. Like, we've seen a lot worse, is basically what I'm saying, right? They definitely got JD and Diddy, you know, as I say, versus, you know. They got Jim, you know, Jermaine Dupri and Diddy is definitely, you know, from what I understand, that is officially being set now to be. I'm not sure. I believe that's going to be the kickoff versus, right? So that's the one that they're going to bring it back with, which I think is going to be monumental. I think it's going to be epic. If I'm not mistaken, they're going to do it two different separate venues. So they're going to have one in New York, which obviously is, you know, Team Diddy. Then they're going to have another one in Atlanta, which is obviously Team JD. But at the end of the day, Diddy is still Diddy and JD is still JD. So realistically, it doesn't really matter what city they're in. It's Diddy and JD's catalog on stage. So this is definitely, you know, trending to be something, you know, definitely something real epic for hip hop, you know. And I feel like it's only it's only right and it's only appropriate considering the fact that this is the 50th year of hip hop, you know. So it's perfectly timed in that regard. I'm definitely gonna be tuned in. I've already kind of been previewing these for. Listen, I already been kind of anticipating some of these. I mean, the Usher and Chris Brown versus for sure. I feel like that's gonna be, you know, they haven't made that official yet though. The JD and Diddy one is actually official, right? So, you know, the Usher and Chris Brown one is kind of just speculation, basically. You know, this is what we're hoping for, but we haven't gotten that, you know, anything set there as far as a date. You know, podcast wars, podcast wars, podcast wars again, podcast wars again. So the Joe Budden podcast, more specifically Joe Budden, you know, kind of been going back and forth, you know, with Gilly, you know, $1 million worth of game. Listen, man, listen. I will openly invite. Listen, the E.B.C.G is an open platform. If Joe Budden and Gilly the Kid would like to come and sit down here on the E.B.C.G for episode 31, we will get 2 microphones. We will set you guys up and we will get you right in here, fam. For you guys to, whatever y'all want to do. If it's a versus y'all want to do, I will plug the amp in and we will get it rocking, fam. Ask any neighbor around me. Oh, we gonna get it rocking in this bitch. If y'all want to do it. If y'all want to do it. You feel me? Let me know. I will send an email promptly. We can get Joe Budden and Gilly right in here. And we can, whatever y'all want to do. If it's an arm wrestling thing, whatever, bro. Joe Budden and Gilly going back and forth over, I'm not even really sure where this derives from. Obviously, Joe Budden has a podcast. Gilly's on a podcast. So naturally, you're going to have tension, whatever the case may be. It's going to be some competition there. But I don't know, man. Joe taking shots, man. Is, Gilly taking shots. And right now, that's kind of where we at with it. We just taking shots back and forth. And it's not really... They playing ping pong, basically, right now. So it's kind of cool right now. It ain't really even a war yet. So technically, I'm jumping the gun here with podcast wars. Ain't nobody really run down yet. Nobody got shot. Nobody got hurt. I feel like it's friendly competition at the end of the day, right? So let me cross wars off. I'm gonna cross that off right now in real time, off my docket. It's not a war for real. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's just kind of like they verbally sparring right now. It's a verbal spar, if you will, right? But Joe Budden, I will say this though. Gilly's saying some stuff that, I don't know, man. Maybe he's taking some of this stuff personal because at the end of the day, the reality of the situation is Joe Budden has been, your man is on damn near 700 episode, right? Which is crazy. I'm on episode 30 right now, I mean, I know what it took to get to episode 30. Your man is on damn near on 700. Enough said. Needless to say, the work has been put in. The work, the consistency to be able to consistently do 2 podcasts for how many of the years it's been now, man. I must say, obviously, Joe Budden takes the podcast space very, very serious. So I feel like, naturally when you got other guys that come into the space and seem to be, basically, I'm not going to say they passed him as far as popularity is concerned, right? But maybe financially, they might have got to the bag before Joe Budden. I don't know. The way it appears, Barstool gave him a bag. You know what I'm saying? And Joe Budden is still basically just the Joe Budden pod. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how it's being spun. I'm not necessarily personally saying that. I'm just basically saying that this is the way that Twitter is reporting this, right? That maybe, I don't know, maybe Joe Budden a little salty over there, bro. You over there with, you got the Bionic 6, and it's definitely a good look right now. Melissa Ford is definitely a good look right now. Queen's Flip definitely added another element to the podcast, right? Ish, Ice, Parks. I feel like y'all kind of meshed this thing together. And, salute to Joe Budden, man, because realistically, what he's doing is not really easy, bro. To be able to kind of just get these people, put them on your podcast, be watching him do this in real time, bro, and then create that chemistry in front of a new audience, and you gotta salute and applaud what he's doing as far as podcasting. He's doing the damn thing. He ain't get the bag yet. But does he even need the bag though? Because I feel like every episode he over there talking rich shit anyway, bro. So my thing is like, did he get the bag or not, bro? Is this just still spending Rory and Maul's money and shit? The money he was supposed to give them? I don't know, bro. He seemed like he doing alright to me. Podcast wars, man, is crazy. I'm not gonna cap. I feel like I gave y'all an hour and 38 minutes. I feel like I lost my voice like 15 minutes in, and I still potted through it. I feel like it's definitely fight weekend this weekend on the low, and I feel like a lot of y'all don't even know. I feel like a lot of y'all are fake fight fans. Let's talk about it. Everybody was so excited. Ryan Garcia and Tank. Yo, Tank or not? Yo, Every time Tank fight, that's when y'all boxing fans. Let me Vasily Lomachenko, okay, and Devin Haney are set to fight in a mega fight this Saturday. Are you kidding me? These are two of the some of the most skilled boxers right now. That they have right now currently, and I do feel like this is gonna be a big fight just for the simple fact that the winner of this fight is fighting Tank. So if you ain't interested in this fight, just know that you will see one of these two individuals in the near far future against Tank. Because just know this is exactly what's getting ready to happen. So in other words, Shakur Stevenson, I'm not really sure like how this goes. I definitely want to see Shakur Stevenson in there with Tank as well. I don't think that they'll put him in there with Tank before they put him in there with the winner of this fight, though. So I'm pretty sure that Shakur Stevenson will end up taking another fight before he ends up getting into the ring with Tank. It's probably gonna be a little bit of a wait there before we get that one. If he could put together a win or two, and then he'll end up taking the winner of the fight between Tank and whoever wins this fight. It's a lot of boxing, the politics. It's politics, man. Just put them in there. Realistically, they could probably fight tomorrow, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like they're still in great shape. But they got to build these things up, man, and none of this shit happens overnight. Ladies and gentlemen, this podcast didn't happen overnight. I gave you 30 episodes, man. And this is definitely episode 30. I'm definitely losing my whole voice. Hold on, bro. I'm about to choke and all type of shit. Y'all know I'm about to pick up that Mamba water. Mamba forever. Yeah, man. So basically, yeah, we gonna see what's going on with this game tonight, man. Lakers versus Denver, Miami. Wait, is the Miami game on tonight too? Wait. Hold on. Let me, cause I don't even know the schedule. I'm not even sure. I'm not even aware of the timeline right now. I'm sitting here talking a whole lot of talk, right? Hold on, pardon yourself. I'm pretty sure the Nuggets. That's 10:30 or something like that. Yeah, that's 8:30. Oh no, yeah. So I figured that. Game one tomorrow. So my team play tomorrow. Cool. That's all I needed to know, fam. I might miss tonight. I don't really. Like I said, I don't have no horses in this LA Nuggets. I'm gonna be interested to see how that one plays out though. If LeBron gets another championship, what are we talking about, man? What are we talking about? It's still a lot of people that they still have the audacity to even question like, is it Jordan or LeBron? Like, how dare you? LeBron should slap the taste out of your mouths when you speak this blasphemy, bro. What are we even talking about? What are we even talking about? Y'all still living off of the old red and black, bald headed. This man was pushing people to the ground, fading away. This was one of the dirtiest players. I got a lot of respect for MJ's game. All I'm saying is this. He wasn't doing what Braun is doing in year 19, bro. He didn't even make it to the year 19. Like, come on, bro. Stop it. We seen Jordan on the Wizards, bro. Missing. He wasn't looking like. All I'm saying is this. We never seen Braun decline, bro. And personally, to me, just me, maybe just me, that you can't really, that's the bar. That's the bar, bro. If your body doesn't physically deteriorate and break down and you are still able to play the game on this level, I don't care about championships at that point, bro. I don't, because clearly it wasn't LeBron's fault that he wasn't winning when he was supposed. Clearly he was ready to play. He could still play. Maybe it was something wrong with his team. I dragged it. I did. And realistically, I don't really care about the GOAT conversation because realistically, fam, AI is the GOAT to me. If I'm just being all the way 1,000. But I'm not unrealistic. I do understand that, AI ain't got no championship ring and ain't no GOAT without no ring. As far as it is what it is. The fight is definitely this Saturday. This is definitely episode 30. I am definitely your host, Will Matic TV, and I will definitely be hitting you guys with another episode at some point. Maybe I'll run it back to back, y'all. I might back to back, depending on how the game go tomorrow. I might have another episode for y'all tomorrow night, fam. Is what I'm saying. So yeah. We gonna wrap it up here. Episode 30. Still got the WordPress website that I'm under construction. I can't even say I'm working on it at this point. That is a straight up lie. I have not looked at the website. It has been like 3 months, fam. But I will do that right after this, and I will say that the website is under construction and on the way, man. Just stay tuned and stay patient, man. Everybody's in such a rush to just you want to microwave the results. You can't microwave this. You understand? This is real, this is real seasoning and simmering and you know what I'm saying? Preparation that had to go into this, man. I'm not with the microwave content, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. You might have to wait a week and a half for the episode sometimes. It is what it is. But just know that when it come and when I drop, come on, man. You already know, man. You gotta stop, man. You see that story invited? You see it highlighted? Pull up. Bring a friend, bring a chair. I'm right here. Yeah. In the atmosphere. You already know episode 30. I came back and did that dirty. My last episode, I was on the road. I still dropped. And I still came back. Edited that whole episode. You know it ain't cap. You know I really do this. You know I do that. I do everything that you can. Use a bitch. And your girl's a call. I see you just now at the store. You look at the floor. Need I say more? E.B.C.G. episode 30. I'll be back. You kind of dirt. Come on, man. Stop playing with me. Don't let me hit y'all with that at the end. Don't let me turn up at the end, man. Because realistically, fam, I got 3 more hours of this left in me. I do. But you kind of gotta, I want to give y'all more episodes and shit. So we gonna end it here. Yeah, it's been real. It's been fun. Episode 30. Prayers for Jamie Foxx on the outro. No more updates on Jamie. Just a video now. Thank you. He is ISEWILLMATIC. Episode 30 in the books. And that was all I wrote.